Time to get some guy pokes to this, but anyway, we're gonna just sort this out. We're gonna sow that little 1 acre paddock area, whatever you want to call it. Just clearing out a bit of space in the shed so we can park the cedar in here. We might even clean the fert out to preempt, let's tempt fate that we don't have any more to do, but no one offers us anything because it's highly unlikely. But I mean, if you start cleaning the cedar out, that sort of makes it more likely, doesn't it? We'll just go for a quick drive around the sheep while we got the ute out, make sure they're where they should be, and then come back. I think there's going to be rain later, but it's quite nice at the moment. Excellent, although a bit windy. So I reckon, yeah, time to spray these beans if we can get on them. Another wave of brome grass coming through. Ryegrass and brome grass. So I guess we got to hack into that. We've killed a couple of waves, but it's still happening. Lord. Anyway, spray this for all the way. Some of it might have got burnt. Some of it probably was actually there and got singed and wasn't fully through too. So I guess there's that as well. And I guess we'll eventually knock it out. Blimey. So there's grass here too. Although I wonder if the overwatch is doing something. There's sort of ryegrass curling up a bit. That could potentially be the overwatch. Maybe. Don't know. Potentially. One from earlier about the barley and germination. No worries. Come up perfectly fine. It's pretty forgiving. You don't need to worry about that. Well, I suppose we'll go and sow our final big field. Look at that. Isn't that a massive field, paddock, whatever you want to call it? Isn't that right, fella? We could do it by hand. A little bit hairy because of the this doesn't lift it quite high enough. We're going to make some adjustments. I'm trying not to damage press wheels and coulters while we're backing. But we got there. Got it in place. This is close enough. We can push the rest of it back. Well, let's see if we can tempt fate. Always good fun tempting fate. Dusty. We'll have some scraping to do though. Bad, we got it all out. Don't think we hurt anything on the cedar. Good to know we can do that. Very good indeed. And of course the wonderful thing about the shed is now I won't get to clean it up straight away, although we've cleaned the fert out. We'll just park it in here for a little while. We'll get to it maybe in a week or two's time. Very nice indeed. We'll just pull forward so we'll leave things behind. Very good. While we're out, we're going to tempt a bit more fate. We won't have any more to do. Better out the truck. Clean it up, sooner the better. And just push it all up back to the shed. Nice. Truck empty. We better empty this Lee Brook out. So the idea is, especially with rain forecast, we'll empty this out. Both had a little bit of weevils in it, but that one had moisture ingress. So I've got to find out where that's leaking. Got to come out, clean it up, put it back in with some insecticide. Same with the other one, but that's not quite as urgent with the Cycox. With this stuff, unreal. Just look at that. Isn't that not something of beauty? Not what you want to see. Obviously it's still come up though. It's Christmas. Winter. Well, it is technically winter. Wow. Weevil dust. Weevil-induced flour. Barley flour. Wow, has that ever taken off in the last few days? Look what we're doing now. You don't need to sleep. Well, I figured it's ready for it. We better do it, and if the weather's right, we can go spraying tomorrow, so that would be nice too. I'll put it down here so we don't run over it. Very good. It's not very dewy at the moment, bit tiny, but not too bad. It's a ring around the moon. I forget what the old wives' tale was about that. I think it's gonna, maybe it's gonna rain. Here we go, fellas. Spreading some SOA on the cannolis. So 200 kilos again. Talking about 100 kilos of urea, but I got so much SOA, and we didn't put gypsum out here, so a bit of extra sulphur. Not going to hurt to go with what we'd had before, so it should be pretty good, I think, now. And after that, it might be a blend or just total urea. But yeah, it's really early as I ever spread it, but the stage is there. It's really growing. We don't really want it to go hungry, so see how we go, I guess. And if that works out, if the weather works out, we might come out and spray the grass tomorrow too. Come out and spray the grass tomorrow before it rains, because they are talking about rain. But SOA is probably also a bit better early on when there's not so much canopy. It won't volatilize so badly, so there's that. I mean, yeah, horses for courses, whatever. Look at that wild oats out there, isn't that great? Doesn't that make your mouth water? Shucks. Wrong, now we're right. Now we found our thingo, our line, whatever. Just look at that SOA dust. Oh, just to weave around. Nice. Good morning, what a beautiful morning. So we got some spraying to do, but we better just give this a quick wash off before we put it in the shed for about 3 or 4 weeks. So this stuff, SOA on it, like bloody acid. So we'll just get that off. Best way is water, because it sucks up moisture like you wouldn't believe. So we'll just get that off. And hopefully it won't rust a bit. Blimey, our 3M for the lentils still drifting a bit into there. Doesn't look so bad that way. It looks bloody awful from that the other way. I think it'll probably be alright. I think it just singed it a bit, but okay, I was careful. I was very careful actually. Probably should have been a bit slower than under pressure, but apart from that, I'd had it right on the ground, so it shouldn't have drifted too much. I wouldn't have been surprised a bit in the corner, but I was a bit disappointed it came out down here. But I think it's just a bit of discoloration. Just sort of singe the tops of the leaves. That's what we're saying. Oh well. It's a bit of a bummer. Looks bad up close. I mean, it looks a bit miserable. See here we're a bit poking up, burnt off, and that's what you're seeing from a distance. That's the danger there. I mean, yeah. See how it goes after this rain we're supposed to get. It'll probably freshen it up and we'll be fine. But if not, probably need a width sown up here. But we'll see. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. But here, like proper conservation tillage. And those cultures, maybe got some adjustments to make. It seemed to be perhaps easier in the hard ground and harder in the soft ground, but primarily because they sunk so deep in the sand, I suppose. I think they're well worth it. Just maybe some fine tuning to get it just right. But yeah, it would have been a good day for rolling if we're going to roll it before it comes up. But we were going on the idea of rolling it a bit later. Look at that. Just gorgeous. As much as I want to get spraying today, I think we'll have to let it go. It's 4:30 now. It's still breezy and it's been just that bit too windy, and the neighbour's crop, got cereal, I'm spraying grass. I had that other stuff, I'm sort of a bit gun shy, I don't want to do it to the neighbours. It's sort of, don't want to get into trouble that way. Don't want to test our public liability or anything like that, so I guess it might be better done after a rain. But it definitely needs spraying. I'm getting a bit antsy about it, that's for dang sure. Oh well. Well, that's what I didn't expect tonight. XE let me down for once. Pulled up outside the post office and had no clutch. Cables snapped somewhere and I haven't got the tools with me to do anything, so we've left it here for these good folks to have a look at. So a bit of a pain taking the bolt sides off to go and pick up some of this retaining wall. I mean, if we had that trailer in a couple of weeks we could have just picked it up on that, but we still might. But the remaining apparently is 18 tonne. Then again, SOA dust and everything, probably not the worst idea to take this apart and clean it out, because look at that moisture just from SOA, incredible. We're here. Retaining wall manifest. Unfortunately only 3, but there we are. Let's get home. Maybe we'll get the rest with the semi. Maybe. Morning everyone. What a beautiful morning. I think it's got a couple of nice days. Hopefully catch up on a bit of spraying and some sandblasting and that sort of thing. So, well, we're going to have to feed the sheep, or what remains of them, the 80 odd that are there. Can't say I was overly impressed with how they went, the ones that were sent away. I mean, some were good, but I thought they might have weighed a bit better. So we've got a bit more work to do to work out what we're doing wrong that's not getting the weight up on them. Apart from that, yeah, we'll just get into it. Beautiful winter's day. Just gorgeous. Just sit here and just watch everything grow. It's lovely. I can't be sure, but no, there was a round where it didn't cut in properly. That's where it didn't get the pre-em. Look at that. Way more worse. Way worse. So I reckon the pre-ems did a good job out here. Yeah, it was like that would be already spraying. It's I mean, there's ryegrass here and coming through, but it's not as much. I reckon it's definitely taken the pressure off. But that's very heartening. Very heartening indeed. Yeah, a bit of ryegrass out here, so I'm definitely going to need the boxer. Absolutely. I'll get onto that this week as well. Once we spray our other paddocks, I reckon. Yeah, look at that. It's here. It's definitely here. Looks good so far. It's worked pretty well. Very well, actually. Very well indeed. Clean. Clean too, which is a rarity these days. It's good. That hose isn't all that old. I only replaced that a year or so ago. We've got another little pinprick leak. Anyway, we've got a clamp and a bit of rubber. That should fix it for now. Oh dear. Beautiful spraying day. Finally getting out and spraying the grasses out of the canola. But my God, canola looks good. Grasses don't. See those patches of wild oats. Bloody hell, I hope this works. Just taken over. Blimey. How do you like that? Copper. Copper Chile. Wow. Isn't that pretty? Well, if you put that straw there and hung it there, there's no way in a million years it'd stay. But because they're hooked in and you don't want it, that'd stay there for ages. It's been on there for about a round. I thought it'd drop off and it didn't. Ah well, Murphy's Law, eh? The grass spraying some beans and a few traces, as you would have seen earlier. A bit of copper, zinc and molly. Ah, such excitement. Well, we've worked out our recipe for death. Well, part of it's actually life, half that's trace elements. So it's actually a recipe for life and hopefully death of the weeds. Nice, what a beautiful day. Well, it was quite breezy at home, but it's actually not too bad out here. I think we will mix it up and get going. Yeah, no, this is alright. A little bit of a breeze, but nothing too dramatic. Yeah, no, I think that'll be okay. Think it'll be alright. Well, wouldn't that shit you? Yeah, come out here to have a look, and wind was down. Put some chemical in, come out, and the wind's come up. I reckon it's probably just a bit too much. Just a bit too much, I think. I don't know whether we slow down. But even so, we wanted to do the job properly. What a pain in the backside. Absolute pain in the bloody backside, that is.